Welcome to another installment of Turn Up the AC Hot Takes with Reason on a solo edition. We're going to jump right into this one right here. As you can see on the screen, the GOAT year of boxing continues. We got David, the Mexican monster, Benavidez versus Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade. Both fighters coming in with undefeated records. David Benavidez is 27-0 with 23 knockouts. Demetrius Andrade, 32-0 with 19 knockouts. David Benavidez, 26 years old. Demetrius Andrade, I believe, is 35, in his mid-30s. This is about time this type of fight is going down. I've been looking forward to, just big fights continuing, and this one is no different. A lot of people may believe that Benavidez is just going to run right through Demetrius Andrade. I am not one of those people. I'm favoring David Benavidez. I think you have to favor him in this fight. But to think that he's just going to come in and just dominate somebody like a Demetrius Andrade, I just don't think is going to happen. Demetrius Andrade is a real slick fighter. He's a southpaw. He's awkward. He comes at you from angles. He's not an easy style to prepare for. I could see this fight starting out like the first half similar to Caleb Plant and Benavidez, because I thought it was a very, very close and competitive fight throughout the first half of Benavidez and Caleb Plant. A lot of people say they had Caleb Plant winning the first half of the fight, which I'm not even mad at. I could definitely see that because Caleb Plant was doing a great job boxing and using the ring. I believe Demetrius Andrade could do something similar to that. He could, use the ring. Like I said, he's a southpaw, so it's not something that you see every day. Because the majority of fighters, they face other orthodox fighters. You rarely see a fighter take on a style that's this difficult to prepare for. Especially when that style, it comes from a boxer who I think his resume doesn't show it, because he's had a hard time getting like the big fights. But I think somebody like Demetrius Andrade is to me one of the better fighters out there. A lot of people are going to say, oh, who has he beat, blah, 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 blah. The same talk that they do to a lot of other fighters. But it's kind of hard to get fighters in the ring if they don't want to fight you. So, especially if the risk is high and the reward is low. Why is somebody going to take that type of fight when they really can only lose, they have with very little to gain? But you got people like David Benavidez who just don't care. He's ready to fight everybody. He's with all the smoke. And that's one thing I love about David Benavidez. That's why he's one of my favorite fighters today. Because he doesn't care who he fights. He wants to fight the best. And instead of him waiting around like a lot of other people trying to get the Canelo fight, he's knocking off everybody he can. He just beat Caleb Plant, one of the top guys at 168. He's about to fight Demetrius Andrade, who, in my opinion, is going to prove that he's one of the top guys at 168. I would love to see, a future fight between Demetrius Andrade and Caleb Plant, Demetrius Andrade and Jamal Charlo, things like that. Once Jamal Charlo gets back into the mix, I think that would be a great fight. But let's talk a little bit more about David Benavidez and Demetrius Andrade. I feel like the winner of this fight emerges as the most, not the most likely opponent for Canelo, because we don't know what Canelo is going to do. But I think the most worthy challenger for Canelo is the winner of this fight. Despite, the only other fight that I think you could see Canelo taking would be the Bivol rematch. But other than that, it's this fight. The winner of this one should get the Canelo fight next, in my opinion. David Benavidez has been the mandatory challenger for over 2 years now, for 2+ years. He's been defending his WBC interim status in his past 3-4 fights. It's about time that, if he's able to get through Demetrius Andrade, it's about time that he can get that Canelo fight. Now, as I mentioned, I think the first half of this fight could be similar to Caleb Plant and David Benavidez. Demetrius Andrade is a very slick fighter. I think he can give David Benavidez a lot of problems early in the fight. And if he's able to utilize the ring, uh, hopefully for David Benavidez' sake, he's learned from the Caleb Plant fight about cutting off the ring, a little bit, and the angles to take when trying to cut off the ring. Because I think Demetrius Andrade's power is not David Benavidez' level, but I think it's good enough power that he can make David Benavidez think a little bit before he, ultimately tries to step in and try to walk Demetrius Andrade down. Now, the big question in this fight, similar to what I had for Jermell Charlo and Canelo Alvarez, was, does Demetrius Andrade have enough power, enough legitimate power to keep David Benavidez off of him for 12 rounds? Because if he doesn't have the power, it's only a matter of time before Benavidez starts to walk him down, similar to the Caleb Plant fight, similar to how Canelo did to Charlo. If there's no power that you have to worry about coming back at you, you're just going to start to walk that guy down. And at that point, it's only a matter of time before you either put him away or you just beat him up, for the 12 rounds. And David Benavidez is one of those guys where he's not going to knock you out with one punch. It's the accumulation of what he does, because he throws a lot of punches, he throws a lot of combinations, and a lot of hard power shots he throws. And if Andrade doesn't have the power to, keep Benavidez honest, then this could be turned into a one-sided beatdown in the second half of the fight. I think that's probably I don't want to say that's the most likely scenario, but everything is going to be contingent on, does Andrade have power to make Benavidez think, to make Benavidez hesitate? Because if that's not there, then it's just going to be only a matter of time before Benavidez gets Andrade out of there, or we're just going to watch a one-sided whooping as the fight goes on in the second half. This is a very good fight. I'm glad it's happening. Very competitive. I'm not going to give my pick yet. I'll wait till we get a little bit closer. I just wanted to drop thoughts about this fight. It was scheduled to go down in Texas, but now it's looking like they're moving it to Vegas, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see more of that when that comes out. But yeah, man, David Benavidez, undefeated WBC interim champ, the former two-time WBC super middleweight champion, and Demetrius Andrade, former two-division world champ at 154 and 160. It's about time he's getting one of these big fights. I'm very much looking forward to it. And as we get a little closer to the fight, we'll talk more about this fight. So I just wanted to drop my thoughts on this and talk about how excited I am about this fight. And it's great to see warriors step in the ring and put their all on the line, and in a chase for greatness. Because like I said, the winner of this fight, I believe, should emerge as the most logical fight for a Canelo Alvarez. So I just wanted to drop my thoughts on this fight and let you know what I think a little bit. I'm not going to give a winner yet. Like I said, we'll talk about that as the fight gets closer. Yeah, until next time, this has been Reason. Turn up the AC Hot Takes. Go ahead and comment and hate, debate, whatever you want to do. We appreciate it all. Until next time, we're out.